Hey guys, welcome to a day in the life of Eve. My buddies at the university apparently recently got war decked, and so they're busy fighting the good fight, and since I'm not a member, I can't really fight it with them because otherwise Concord, the police that be in these parts, would blow me to smithereens because I'm not part of the contracted war. So I can't really participate in that. So I've been thinking to myself, what could I do? And I don't know, I thought about it and I was reading the patch notes and I noticed that there's a new mining frigate, and boy, I tell you, when I first got started I kinda wished I had a mining frigate. So I figured, what the heck, I would give it a spin and see what she can do. And so there it is. And give you a little info rundown on it. This is a Venture. Oh hey look, the ship's uninsured. Let's fix that. And we'll insure this one. Yes, I know how insurance works. For those of you who don't know how insurance works, I paid probably about 1.9 million ISK. ISK is the currency for this. But the best insurance I can get will only give me back 100,000. I'm sorry, it will cost me 100,000. It will give me back 339,000. So probably only about 15-20%. So you may ask yourself, why the hell would you even do that? Well, usually that'll at least pay for the mods. And some money is, well, better than no money. So now that's blinking to tell me my money is gone. This is blinking to tell me I've got this wonderful email saying that I've now insured. And I have no idea why this is flashing. Oh, because someone chatted in a chat room. I will turn blink off. Okay. So, this baby has 250 HP, which is not much in the structure. And it can hold 5,000 meters cubed as long as it's only ore, but that's fine because we're just going to mine some stuff. So it's really not that bad. I mean, it's better than being out there in a frigate. And if you get the skill up, note here it only takes 2, Mining Frigate 1 and Spaceship Command Level 1. So if you've never played Eve before and you're listening to me now, you could theoretically download Eve, make a character, pay, subscription, get in the game, and let's see, Mining Frigate took me about 15 minutes. Spaceship Command Level 1 you will start the game with. So by the time you finish your tutorials, you'll probably have enough money to buy one of these, if mining's the way you want to go. And like I said, mining's the way I started. So I'm kind of getting back to my roots, but with a new fancy ship. Alright, so let's get some mining lasers and see what this puppy can do. Now, one thing I'm going to do that you probably can't do right out of the gate is I'm going to fit this with some I'm going to do some miner 2s. Why? Because I can, and I want to see if this is seriously rigged up, if it can compete with, there's a cruiser that is really good for mining. I think it's, what's it called? Anyway, it's what we used to use before we could afford to be in the exhumers and the mining barges and the really big mining ships. And I wonder if this can do as well. So we're going to buy a couple of these. Actually, we'll view the market details. And we'll get 3 of these because that's how many, at least I think it's 3. We have turret hardpoints. We only have 2 turret hardpoints. Really? Oh, that kind of sucks. I was hoping for 3. Well, CCP, you're not impressing me so far. Alright, we'll buy 2 miner 2s. And we'll slap them on the sheep. As soon as I can get all my windows in a row. There we go. And so you can see in the menu, this is kind of a new feature as well. You can see the mining lasers are on the ship in the example. And they're also on the ship out here too. So that's cool. I really like this. This is so much better than just the static image they used to have. So we've got another high slot. Now, bear in mind, guys, it's been about 4 months since I've really played this game. So I'm still learning how everything works and where it's at, because you forget. So mining upgrades. Mining laser upgrade is a low slot, and I only have one low slot. So I'm thinking I need to buy that. But hey, there's none available. The nearest one is 5 jumps away. So let's go and buy it. Oh, I don't want to go to Heck. May have to. Okay, fine, I'm going to Heck. So that's Heck 8. Okay, so I got one of those, and now I've got 3 mids. I still got that high. I wonder if I should do a tractor beam? That's not really the kind of thing you'd want to do a tractor beam in. I have absolutely no idea what to do with that high point. Well, let's do ship modifications. Rigs. Oh, you know what I could do? Because this does use drones to pop the rats. Let's get some drones. And combat drones. We can't. A fighter drone, by the way, is probably about as big as this ship, so it obviously can't fit. Some light scout drones might be appropriate, though. Maybe some Hobgoblin 2s. Can I use Hobgoblin 2s? Yes, I can. Cool. And they're at the station. So I'm gonna buy 2 of them because I don't know how many drones this puppy will hold. So we'll open the drone bay. And we'll... Whoops. Oh, I see what happens. Okay. See, the way the items are set up are new for me as well. So let's see here. Item hanger. There's my drones. We can just drop them straight into the drone bay. That's kind of cool. And sure enough, 2 is exactly what it holds. Okay. Combat utility drone. Oh, I see. Fancy pants drones. What I would really like is for this window to be bigger. There we go. Oh, those are rigs. Maybe. Drone control unit. What do you do? Gives you 1 extra drone. Well, I can only hold 2, so I really don't need that. Oh, but I can't use it anyway, so it's all good. Damage amplifier, which I can use. Projects multi-node quantum entanglement onto the ship's drone communications net, creating a bridged processor between ship and drones that allows for better real-time trajectory projections. So basically, they're opening a wormhole in using quantum entanglement. Well, not wormhole. They're using quantum entanglements to connect the processors in the drone to the processors on your ship, so that they're technically on the same motherboard. Isn't that fancy? So what does this actually do for you? Increases damage by 16%. Okay. Well, we know we can do the 1. What about the 2? Oh, but notice this is a low slot. Do I want to do more drone damage, or do I want to mine? I think I want to mine. So we'll fly to heck for that, I suppose. I wish I could search by power slot. That would be useful. Drone navigation computer. Now that's a medium slot. What do you do? Micro warp drive speed of drones. Okay, so they move faster. That means they'll get hit less. So that's good. Yeah, it gives them 25 meganewtons more thrust. Okay, what's the link augmenter do? Drone control range. So I don't really need them further away. Although, there's your high slot. Extra 20 kilometers, huh? What the heck? I'm having fun. Nope, I want to buy the cheaper one. I'm not having that much fun. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't really see the point in doing a tractor beam, because I can't pull asteroids closer to myself. I'm just cans, but I'm all by myself, so it doesn't matter about cans. Is that really astrometric? If I were a mining rig, where would I hide? Energy weapon rigs? Nope. So, let's see here. Ever so slightly more shields than armor, but it's about equal. Now I'm going to be mining in high sec, so it doesn't really matter so much about players. I don't think I'm going to get popped. Alright, so I want to do my 5 jumps and go get my mining rig. Here we are, leaving Pater Tech School. We're going that way. Kansas Pew Pew. Criminals are not welcome here. Well, he's about to get destroyed. I mean, not by me, but... the guns of the station pulverized him. And they're gonna go jack his loot. Or warp away. That was good times. Anyway. Our stuff is in Heck. We're gonna set that as our destination. And we're gonna warp out. Like the warp tunnel. Just kind of bend space-time to your whim. So we're going to dematerialize into this giant particle cannon. Like so, and it's going to shoot us that way, and one of those stars is called Eggfie, and here we are, currently stealthed, which is a little temporary thing by jumping into a gate, highly useful in combat. We're gonna head over to Ultranur.
Warp drive active.
Ooh, blue stars. Now, I'm in Minmatar space, and I don't particularly like Minmatar space because it tends to be red. My favorite color is blue, which is kind of amazing that I'm Gallente and I'm not Caldari, because basic color scheme is Caldari are blue, Gallente are green, Minmatar are red, and Amarr are yellow. And it wasn't always like this, but it seems to me lately you can tell whose space you're in by the color of the nebulas in the background, which is useful, I suppose. Olbra, let's see, we've got 3 jumps to go. Ooh, space advertising. Nope, no time for that now. One thing you'll notice about Eve is whether you're in combat or whether you're a miner, you spend a lot of your time warping through gates. They should really just call it Gate Online. That'd probably be a lot better of a description. Nerf-like planet. I wonder what hot babes live there that I can't screw because I'm stuck up here in a pod. One of the things about Eve is that you're a capsuleer, and you were basically bred to... The original lore is you were bred to spend your entire life in this capsule. So it's an egg-shaped pod filled with goo, and you control the ship using your brain. But recently they wanted to make it so that people could walk around in stations, and so they've changed the lore slightly. Well, supposedly they didn't change the lore. There's kind of discrepancy on that, but you can now get out of your pod, which I can't imagine would be a very good experience, because if you've ever seen that movie The Abyss, it's kind of... They have this stuff called liquid oxygen, which really exists in real life, but there's this nasty process you go through to switch between breathing air to breathing liquid oxygen, because if you're going from air to liquid oxygen, it feels like you're drowning. And you eventually drown, but you don't die, you breathe. So you have to deal with that reflex. And then the nastiest part is when you're out of the liquid oxygen, and you gotta go back to air. and you've got to hork all that stuff up out of your lungs. Like, you know, it's not like it's in your stomach, it's in your lungs. So, that's got to be nasty. But my guy does it all behind a load screen, so I don't have to see any of that garbage. And we are now in heck. As soon as the screen changes. Boom, heck. Okay. My stuff is at heck 8, so we're going to dock.
Warp drive active.
Why are things flashing? Oh, because local is saying something. Local chat. Not that exciting. One thing I should have mentioned at the beginning of this, guys, is that I'm going to try to upload this for a 1080p, because I noticed when I did my announcement yesterday that even at 720 it was a little bit blurry. So I hope you can read all this text. If not, set it to the highest HD setting and go full screen, and you should be able to see it. I know, that's the one thing about Eve, is you break out your granny glasses to read everything. It's getting better, but things like your scanner over there on the right can't seem to change the size of the text on. So anyway, here we are. And in my ship hangar should be, oh, not ship hangar, inside my item hangar, pay no attention to those drug plans, boys and girls, is a mining laser upgrade 1. So now these two will do better. I've got that. You know, maybe I should put a shield booster in, because I don't have any low slots for armor stuff. So even though they're about even, I'm going to call this a shield tanker thing. I'm just making this up, and I'm sure anybody else who's playing this is making it up too. So don't believe the hype. Okay, so if we're a shield tanker, then we need to go to ship equipment. Shield. Shield boosters. Small. Shield booster 2. Take one of those. Put that on the ship. We're almost out of CPU. We got plenty of power grid, though. And like I said, I'm just tripping this out because I'm fancy. If you're going to do this on your own in Eve, all you really need are a couple of minor ones, which you're going to get doing your tutorials, and this ship, and you can go out there and start mining ore. And it's really a low entry point to get into the mining stuff in Eve, which is fantastic. Now, that's not to say you couldn't strap these mining lasers on some other ship. It just, this one is specifically designed so it can hold more ore, and supposedly it can mine faster, which we'll find out. So, let's see here. Capacitor already depletes in 38 seconds. Now, let's see. That's probably all I really want to put on it. I won't put any rigs. Okay. Well, since we're in heck, I'm almost scared to mine here, just because I fear it's going to be overmined. But I don't know. Let's see what's kicking around. We got plenty of asteroid belts. We'll start in the middle.
Warp drive active.
Ah. Asteroids. Somebody's already out here mining in a retriever. Silvery Umber. That sounds like something I want to mine. Okay, I want to hide passive modules. There we go. And we'll stop right about here. Target our little Umberoid. And let's blast it. There we go. Got our 2 mining lasers on it. Just taking a look at some of my new options over here. Enable compact mode. There we go. Much better. So there, we just finished a cycle, and we're getting some more. Not bad. So, Retriever and Procure, these are both mining barges. This would be the next thing that you would get. So, I'm going to move my camera over here so you can check this out. And so this guy is running a strip miner. So it's got these 2 mining lasers, and it's got like a little tractor beam to suck up everything else. Turrets were recently redesigned, by the way, and these didn't used to nearly look this badass. So yeah, this would be the step up. Wait, this is the Procure. Yeah, so it only has 1. And then up from that is this guy. So notice he's got 2 of them doing his thing. Now I know you see 4 on here, but it's pretty much so you can fire in any direction, but you can really only run the 2 at a time. So that's what they're doing. And over here is a Mackinac, which I'm not quite sure why he's in the Mackinac. Because if we do info on it, let's see. Yeah, see, this is actually for ice mining. So I don't know why he's in that. Because there's no ice over here. But anyway, let's reset the camera. Here I am. Apparently moving. So let's stop moving. Turn blink off local. Normally that's not a good idea, but we're in relatively safe space. Notice it's 0.5, but 1.0 would be the most secure, and negative, what is it, negative 0.9? Negative 9 is the worst now? Something like that. So this is what miners do. We get our ore, we suck it up. And usually you're part of a mining op. Like, I promise you, these two gentlemen are probably friends, and they're probably on a voice chat like Skype or something, and talking to each other while they're doing this. Or, both of these ships could be the same guy, and he just has a second account, and he's more bored than I am. But, whatever. Some people think it's cool, so they're doing it. And he's got his drones out. So I don't even need to have my drones out, which is great. Oh, now see, look at that. He's mining into a can. Which means they probably have an alt or somebody who can haul. So rather than leaving, you just put everything in the can, and then the hauler comes, picks it up, and takes it back. The only problem with that is those cans can only stay out for about an hour, and then they go poof. So you gotta keep an eye on it. Most people will name the can with a time. This person did not do that. So they're just kinda like, whatever. Just wanna turn a little bit. If only to see both of my lasers. Now, if you were mining in a regular frigate, you'd have been full by now. Because you wouldn't have had this much cargo space. So this is kind of cool. I'm liking this little guy so far. By no means are you gonna waste your entire life getting enough ore to build a battleship with this guy. But hey, if you're just beginning and you want to own all your methods of production, you can do it. So you could use this guy, get some ore, and build yourself a frigate or two. Not bad. And you're actually contributing a little bit if you are in a mining ops. This is not bad. This is pretty nifty entry-level thing we got going on here. So this is what I started doing in Eve, and I was like, well, this is cool and all, but I'm just sitting here waiting for, you know, stuff to happen. Oh, how do I get you back? Let's look at the ore hold and compact. There we go. So what I started doing, nope, not that. What I started doing was looking at this. By the way, did you hear the music change? That's new too. The music's becoming more interactive, which is great. And so this is the star map. And I would like to color this up a wee bit. First of all, autopilot settings. Currently we prefer safer. Nah, that's fine for now.
The asteroid is depleted.
Oh, well, let me get back to this in just a moment. We done popped that asteroid. Amber, Scordite, hard to read, Veldspar, Amber, Plagioclast. That's what I could have put on here, was an ore scanner. That would have been useful. So, see, it's all coming back to me. I want some silvery amber. Is that so wrong? I bet you it's what they're mining too. I haven't even really looked. I guess I could look.
asteroid is depleted.
He's doing concentrated Veldspar. He's doing Plagioclase. He's doing Veldspar. And Amber. Alright, well then I'm gonna grab that Amber. This thing locks on pretty quick, so that's cool. Okay. Minor excitement. We popped an asteroid. Alright. So back to the map. Let's see here. Security status isn't a bad way to do things. There's also these tiles, too.
Skill training completed.
Ooh. Mining frigate level 2. That means that I'll now start mining a little bit faster because I have a bonus on the ship for every level that I've got trained for that. So, what if we show sovereignty changes? Oh. There. Sovereignty. This is how I got into the political game, was by watching the map. So, this is Empire space. This is controlled by the NPCs. Everything else out here, with few exceptions, are controlled by people. And so it's really kind of interesting to see who owns what. So I began surfing around, and that's how I started figuring out the world at large. I wouldn't suggest getting too crazy into that, because if these guys weren't here, I would have to defend myself should NPC pirates or player pirates show up. Usually in the game, player rats are called rats, and NPC pirates are pirates. Or is that reversed? It's one or the other. Unfortunately, my buddies aren't here to correct me, so it's what I say, haha. Now what is this random can out here? My money. That's a giant secure container. So secure containers have passwords on them so that nobody can steal your stuff, which is great. Now see these ones that are yellow? If I were to jump over there, I could open it and take what's in it, but then that guy would be able to kill me. And I promise you, if you can afford that ship, he's probably got something with guns. He could fly back out and pop me in. So, kind of crazy. Oh, where to go? Right there. The rock is blocking the sun. And it moved. Curse you, rock. So there are lots and lots and lots of people doing this right now in Eve. Talking about a day in the slice of, or a slice of the Eve slice, day, whatever. This whole thing. Today, right now, there are probably thousands of players doing what I'm doing right now. Sitting here mining the ore. Now there's definitely more exciting things I could be doing. I could go find an NPC agent and do missions. I could be fighting. I could be doing the pew pew. But when you're out here with a bunch of guys, it's pretty interesting. I'm actually surprised. I didn't realize this hold was this huge. So this is awesome for a little solo ship. What some people used to do would be called AFK mining. They would get a hauler, slap one mining laser to it, come out here and start popping a roid and go to work, or go see their girlfriend, or go take a shower, clean the house, or whatever, while it's sat there and mined. This kind of does the same thing, but it's faster. I know, you're like, this is taking forever. No, this is faster than doing that, because I've got 2 miner 2s, and I've got the upgrade on there. And this 5,000 meters cubed hold is about as big as a hauler would be. That would just do ore. Which makes me wonder if this puts some of the low-end haulers out of business, because that's what they would do, is they would haul ore. They probably have gotten a lot rarer now that I think about it. It's interesting. I play zoomed out a lot, so I can kind of look at my surroundings as I'm kind of a sitting duck here mining this rock. Oh, look at that. I guess mine lining lasers do the same thing. I've got 2 actual mining beams, and then I've got these little tractor beams that suck in the ore. That is pretty damn cool. Oh, Bellicose is out here. Excuse my yawn. And the Bellicose just left. You may ask yourself, what's a Bellicose? Well, while we're out here in space, doing nothing, spacing it up, we can look it up. That is, if I can spell it. No, not an obelisk. Bellicose. So that is a Bellicose. This is what it was. It's like a giant laser gun on a solar panel bipod. It's a cruiser designed for disrupting enemy ships during electronic warfare. So he was just floating around, probably looking for pirates. Anyway, the asteroid didn't pop, but my hull is full. So now I'm going to head all the way back to Aldrat, because that's my home. Please don't come kill me if you're listening to this. You'll probably be very bored trying to find me, because I hardly ever play this game, but whatever. By the way, if we were in a combat situation, let's say there's a big fight at this gate. Right now, we can click on some stuff. They're not really going to activate because we're in warp. But this is called having your modules hot, because they're running. So that way, as soon as we got here for the fight, we'd be ready. As soon as I warp, they turn off.
Warp drive active.
So when you jump through gates now, it changes your music. That's interesting. When my buddy gets done talking to his girlfriend and I tell him what I did for my Let's Play of this, he's probably gonna beat me with a rubber hose. He's gonna say, you showed them the most boring thing in that entire game. Well, the way I look at it is, some people may feel like this is the most boring thing you can do in the game, but if you thought it was pretty cool, I can tell you everything else you can do in this game is gonna be way cooler, and you'll have a great time. But if this is boring, you probably aren't even listening to this anymore because you've already clicked it off, but if you're still listening, there's a lot of combat in this game, which can be a lot of fun, and I particularly enjoy the tactic aspect of it. And I probably won't do another Let's Play of this until I can show you something more exciting than mining. But I did promise I would do something for this event, a day in the life of Eve, so this is what I did. It's what most people are doing today, mining.
Warp drive active.
We're almost home, 2 jumps. Planetary interaction, I can set up a little base on a planet. I kind of liken it to a train set. That can be kind of fun too. I might even have a couple of them going. I forget, it's been a long time. If I do, then they're shut down because they're full.
Warp drive active.
Oh wow, I do. Or maybe these are just the... No? I might actually have some. Well, maybe I'll do a Let's Play of Planetary Interaction sometime. Anyway, back in Aldra, safe and sound. Let's dock up.
Warp drive active.
Really hope I can save this in 1080p, but if you're staring at this right now and the best you can do is 720, my apologies. Ooh, I should probably come out here for a salvager. I could salvage all these wrecks. That could be fun.
Docking request accepted.
Alright, so we made it back. And let's do it this way. So I can then take this ore, put it directly in my item hanger, and sell it later. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you didn't enjoy, my apologies. But don't expect a whole lot of Let's Plays from this game. We'll play more exciting stuff soon. Catch you later.